A power steering warning light does not always mean the steering rack is bad. Sometimes it is low fluid, a weak battery, a blown EPS fuse, a loose belt, or a steering angle sensor that lost calibration after a battery change. So before you panic or start replacing expensive parts, you need to know exactly what type of power steering system your car has. First, we need to know what you are working with. Open the hood and look for a power steering fluid reservoir. It may have a steering wheel icon on the cap, or it may say power steering fluid. If you do not see a reservoir, your car most likely has electric power steering. That means there is no power steering fluid to check, no hydraulic pump, and no power steering belt. Your problem is likely electrical. But if you do see a reservoir, your car likely has hydraulic power steering. In that case, the problem is usually low fluid, a leak, air in the system, a loose belt, a failing pump, or a steering rack issue. If the warning light is on but steering feels normal, it may be a stored fault or calibration issue. If steering feels heavy, jerky, or inconsistent, treat it as an active steering assist problem. If your car has ABS and the steering warning light came on after a jump start, battery replacement, or low battery issue, check the battery first. Electric steering pulls a lot of current, especially when parking or turning at low speed. If the battery is weak or the alternator cannot keep up, the computer may reduce or shut off steering assist to protect the rest of the electrical system. Inspect the battery terminals. They should be clean and tight. If you see corrosion, clean it off and tighten the terminals. If the car struggles to start, the headlights dim, or steering feels heavy mostly at low speed, have the battery and alternator tested. Next, check the EPS fuse. Many electric steering systems have a high amperage fuse or a power steering fuse in the fuse box. Check your owner's manual or fuse box cover for anything marked EPS, power steering, or PS. If the fuse is blown, replace it with the same amp rating. Do not install a bigger fuse. If the new fuse blows again, there is a short or electrical fault that needs proper diagnosis. Now try the free reset that works on many cars after a battery change or jump start. Start the engine with the car in park. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the left until it reaches the stop. Hold it there for about 2 seconds, then turn it all the way to the right and hold it for about 2 seconds. Bring the wheel back to the center. In some cars, this recalibrates the steering angle sensor and clears the warning light. Do not force the wheel hard against the stop. Just reach the end gently, hold briefly, and return to center. A steering angle sensor issue is more likely if the light came on after a battery change, alignment, steering rack work, suspension repair, or jump start. You may also see traction control or stability control lights at the same time, because those systems also use steering angle information. If the light stays on, you need to scan the power steering system. A basic OBD2 scanner may only read engine codes, so it may show no codes even when the EPS module has a fault. You need a scanner that can access ABS, power steering, steering angle, chassis, or ABS modules. Do not clear the code before writing it down. If the warning light comes back later, that code is the clue that tells you whether the problem is voltage, calibration, motor, sensor, wiring, pump, or rack related. When you scan the EPS or power steering module, you may see codes for low voltage, steering angle sensor, torque sensor, ABS motor, control module, or communication faults. Examples include C codes like C15, C1525, C1555, or U codes like UO126 and UO131. Use the code to know what to test next instead of replacing parts blindly. U codes usually mean communication problems, where one module is not talking properly to another module. So if you see a U code, check battery voltage, fuses, grounds, and wiring before assuming the steering rack or motor is bad. If the code points to low voltage, fix the battery, alternator, terminals, or grounds first. If it points to steering angle calibration, recalibrate it with the correct procedure or scan tool. If it points to the torque sensor, ABS motor, or steering module, professional repair may be needed. Now let's move to hydraulic power steering. If your car has a reservoir, start with the fluid level. The reservoir usually has minimum and maximum marks. Some cars have hot and cold marks, so check the correct one. If the level is low, top it up only with the correct fluid listed in the owner's manual. Using the wrong fluid can damage the system. But do not just add fluid and move on. Low fluid usually means there is a leak. Check around the reservoir, hoses, pump, steering rack, and underneath the car. Look for wet spots, oily residue, dripping fluid, or fluid around the hose connections. If the leak is at a hose or fitting, repair that leak first. If the fluid smells burnt, looks very dark, or has metal particles, the pump or rack may be wearing internally. Now listen when you turn the wheel. Whining, groaning, or growling usually means low fluid, air in the system, or a failing pump. Open the reservoir cap and look at the fluid. If it looks foamy or full of bubbles, air is getting into the system. Foamy fluid often means air is being sucked in on the suction side of the system. This can happen from a loose hose clamp, cracked suction hose, or a small O-ring that is letting air in even if fluid is not leaking out heavily. Fix the suction leak, replace the damaged hose or O-ring, then bleed the system. To bleed a hydraulic power steering system, fill the reservoir to the correct level. Start the engine, then slowly turn the steering wheel from left to right several times. Do not hold the wheel hard against the stops. Keep checking the fluid level and add more if it drops. If the fluid keeps foaming, stop and let the bubbles settle, then repeat. Once the air is out, the steering should become smoother and quieter. Next, check the belt. This applies to hydraulic systems with a belt-driven pump. A loose, cracked, glazed, or slipping belt can stop the pump from working properly. Look for cracks, fraying, shiny areas, or squealing when you start the car or turn the wheel. If the belt is loose, adjust it if your vehicle allows adjustment. If it is worn or damaged, replace it. Also check the belt tensioner and pulleys, because a weak tensioner can make a good belt slip. If the fluid is full, there are no leaks, the belt is good, and the steering is still heavy, the pump may be weak or the steering rack may have an internal problem. A failing pump may whine, leak, or fail to build enough pressure. A bad rack may feel stiff, bind, leak from the boots, or feel uneven when turning. These repairs are more advanced and usually need proper pressure testing before replacing parts. Now let's talk about resetting the warning light. The power steering light should only be reset after you fix the cause. For ABS, that may mean fixing the battery, alternator, fuse, wiring, steering angle calibration, or sensor issue. For hydraulic systems, it may mean fixing the fluid level, leaks, air in the system, belt, pump, or rack. Some lights will turn off by themselves after the problem is fixed and the car is driven. Some need the lock-to-lock calibration. Some need a scan tool to clear codes from the ABS or steering module. Disconnecting the battery should not be your first reset method because it may not clear the real fault, and it can also reset other systems in the car. Here is the correct order. First, identify the system. No reservoir usually means ABS. A reservoir usually means hydraulic steering. For ABS, check battery, alternator, terminals, grounds, fuses, calibration, and scan the ABS module if needed. For hydraulic steering, check fluid level, leaks, foamy fluid, whining noise, belt condition, and bleed the system after repairs. If the steering suddenly becomes extremely heavy while driving, if the warning light comes on with other electrical warnings, if the wheel feels jerky or locks up, or if you see a serious fluid leak, do not continue driving like normal. Pull over safely and inspect the car. Losing steering assist can make the car difficult to control, especially at low speed, in traffic, or during emergency maneuvers. First, identify whether the system is hydraulic or electric. Then fix the fluid, leak, belt, battery, alternator, fuse, calibration, or sensor problem. After that, reset or clear the warning properly. If this helped you understand how to fix and reset the power steering warning light, subscribe to the channel, like this video.